the shadow blade. Rain drummed against the rooftops as Selene crouched above the grand palace, her black leather armor blending into the night. Twin daggers gleamed in her hands, catching the moonlight as she watched the lavish banquet unfold below. The Duke of Vareth laughed, his jeweled rings clinking against a goblet of deep red wine. He was a monster, his wealth built on the suffering of the poor, and tonight, justice would be served. Selene moved like a wraith, slipping through an open window and into the golden glow of the chandeliers. The scent of roasted meat and expensive perfume filled the air as nobles feasted, unaware of the shadow among them. She circled the room, her steps silent, her breath steady. Then, in a blur of motion, she struck. The Duke barely had time to gasp as Selene's dagger plunged into his chest. His goblet tumbled from his fingers, crimson wine spilling across the table like his own blood. Eyes widened in horror. A noblewoman screamed. Then, chaos erupted. Guards burst through the doors, swords drawn. Selene leaped back, tossing a smoke bomb to the floor. Darkness swallowed the room. When the mist cleared, she was gone. Only a flickering candle remained where she had stood. She fled into the labyrinthine alleys of the capital, her pulse steady, despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. The mission was complete. But as she reached a secluded corner, a glint of parchment caught her eye. A letter, smeared with blood, lay pinned to the wall with a dagger. Her own dagger. With a sinking feeling, she snatched up the letter and read, "You were never meant to leave alive. The Empire thanks you for your service." A trap. The realization struck like a blade to the gut. The Duke had been doomed from the start, but so had she. The Empire had used her to eliminate one enemy, only to turn her into the next. The distant clang of armored boots filled the air. Posters would be printed by morning, her face plastered across the city. Selene, the Shadow Blade, had become the Empire's most wanted killer. She tightened her grip on her daggers. They thought they could use her and discard her like a pawn. They had made a mistake. Selene vanished into the night. The hunt had begun.